I remember him shouting to the heavens that him and Maria are done. And Cross was like, repeats it. He was like, Maria and I are done. Yes. We are done. And he was shouting. And then the next thing we had seen him saying, you know you're the only girl I've had a hard on for.
Hey.
Last week we saw General Pere in action. From him banning Whitemoney from the kitchen to demanding respect from his fellow housemates. He even tried to depose his deputy head of house. Or more, it was a lot of drama. My name is Racheal, and this is PulseHotTakes, where we give you our unfiltered opinion about the Big Brother Naija show. I won't be doing this alone today. I have here with me Odion, Anike, and we also have a guest in the studio today, Tunrayo. How you doing?
I'm great.
It's a scarf for me. I said I was going to do that.
Well,
yeah, I did it.
And I told you not to, but it's fine.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm great.
You're welcome to the club today.
Thank you.
All right, we're about to have fun.
Yes.
So, guys, what did you think of General Pere's regime as head of house?
Well, for me, it was... Okay, so on social media, a lot of people were dragging Pere for... let me backtrack. So prior to Pere's reign as head of house, there was this... thing about the whole house being boring and all that. Then Pere became head of house. Then everything changed. It was mad. Like it was as if we were just watching one dictator for one, not to mention any country, but we know the person was just doing the normal thing that he used to do. But we just seen it on reality TV, and it was crazy from the way he kind of, he made the other housemates look like they were his subordinates. Yeah, it was cool because the show became interesting, but it was also terrible because we just saw one very, 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 very bad attitude that a lot of people were not even interested in. Yeah, well, I just feel like it was good. It was the content we all wanted for last week. Yes, and he actually gave us the content that we wanted for last week.
All right, Anike, do you agree with Odion that it did switch up things in the house?
Yeah, Pere was just being Pere. During the wildcard time, he was like, he had his stealth in the U.S. military. So, it was expected. I didn't think he was going to take it to that level because, there were days where, he would sit down on his HOH chair and then, he would just stand up and say, everybody's not here. I'm not going to repeat myself. And I'm like, Pere, now, come back now. Yeah. Like, what exactly is going on? So Pere was just being Pere, and he brought the content that we didn't know we needed. Because really, if you look at it, like we've never seen anything like this, yes, we've seen authoritative head of houses, but the whole emblem on my neck. If I say something now, I'm not going to repeat it. Like he took it he gave us the content we didn't know we needed. So it was actually
all right. So Tunrayo, do you think he gave us the content that we were missing?
I think he did to some level. I don't really agree that he was the one that brought in the content. I think it was the emergence of the new housemates that brought in the fire. When Micheal came, KV came, Queen and GMK. So I think people were awake like, okay, this one that we have new housemates, is it that we're really boring or what exactly is happening? So I think that shook things up a bit. But I definitely agree that Pere becoming the head of house brought in some kind of content, especially with all he did with Whitemoney. He felt like he was really feisty in relation to Whitemoney being in the kitchen and all that. Yeah. But I agree that Pere shook up the house a bit.
All right. So what do you think about him trying to depose Maria?
Well, excuse me. Like he was just being dramatic, like we all know. And he had one conversation, or I heard he had one conversation with some of his guys where he said, he said something about if he knew what Big Brother was thinking, he would have brought one of the new ladies as his deputy, because now he feels like Maria has just been a key joy, probably because she wasn't giving him what he expected in the head of house room. So him deposing.
Also, thank you for even bringing that. I remember him shouting to the heavens that him and Maria are done. And Cross was like, repeats it. He was like, Maria and I are done. Yes. We are done. And he was shouting. And then the next thing we had seen him saying, you know you're the only girl I've had a hard on for. Hey.
And then Maria was like, please don't tell me that. Shut up. Don't tell me that. That's none of my business.
Then he was like, I remember the part where it said, you can disrespect me as Pere, but please, I'm the head of house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's it? And then she was not like, okay, head of house, I hear you. Can I go on? And it was like, Maria. I was like, okay.
Sometimes
What's up?
I wonder if that is, I don't know if he's putting up a front, because I don't want to believe that is how he is. Like, I don't know if he's joking, because especially when he was addressing all the housemates and it was like, you guys listen to what I'm talking about. You can disrespect me as Pere, but I'm the head of house. I was like, why is nobody laughing? Like, why is nobody laughing or, talking about that? Because they were all looking at him respectfully. I'm like, oh God, I wish I was in
you
that
already
house.
told them he was in the army, so we probably didn't want to kill the old guy. So I've already said I'm in the army, so when I just go there now, let me just be forming one guy that has guns. If not, people will just see me finish, or I'll say like, hey, I won't repeat myself again. Where's Emmanuel?
So dramatic.
It was just being dramatic.
So
I just say that's not who he is. It was just part of the ploy to make the attention move from the other housemates, especially Whitemoney, to himself.
Yeah.
So he wanted the attention, he desired it, and trust me, got it. Yeah, because everybody kept on talking about Pere the whole week, insulting him. Even if you're insulting him, but you're talking about him. So he actually wanted it. Him conniving with Maria, saying, "Oh, okay, you know what? Let's just go and scatter this whole kitchen thing and let everybody start cooking in the house." Was part of the strategy. Was part of the plan or ploy to make the attention move from Whitemoney, who he obviously saw or he sees as a threat to himself, and was just using Maria being his deputy as a call for it. It was as if you leave Pere, he can actually just do this whole thing on his alone. But because Maria was with him, and he's like, okay, yeah, just come, let's do this thing together. Yeah, let's try and get. Even though the housemates later realized that this guy now scam. Yeah, just trying to.
Last.
Yeah. So yeah, it was just crazy. It was interesting. Like I said, it was interesting to actually see everything he did last week. Yeah.
All right. So let's move away from Pere's regime to the highlights from last week. So Tunrayo, what were your highlights from last week?
Okay. Firstly, I think one of my highlights was when, moving back to Pere, sorry, but when he tried to get Whitemoney off the kitchen, and he didn't just try to get him. Of course, we know that Whitemoney's strategy might be being in the kitchen to avoid nominations. When the housemates like you, there's a low probability that they want to nominate you. So yes, it might kind of be a strategy, but he overdid it to me. I believe that he was almost a villain. When he kept emphasizing on Whitemoney. In fact, after the meeting with the housemates where he said, Whitemoney, please don't handle the kitchen anymore, he went upstairs with Maria and he kept bad-mouthing the housemates, saying that these guys are dumb, they're very stupid, like Whitemoney is being, manipulative, blah, blah. And I'm like, what are you saying? Like, why do you keep emphasizing on it? So I think that you overstepped that a bit. Like, it's okay for you to latch onto Whitemoney's strategy and quickly try to get him out of the kitchen, but it was not okay for you to keep emphasizing on it and acting like a villain, like acting like you were really scared of Whitemoney and giving him all the attention. And I think another highlight for me was Micheal and Jackie B's conversation.
That was my highlight.
Oh my goodness,
that was so intense. I'm like, what is? I was almost sleeping and I just had to keep myself awake. Like, I need to finish this conversation with these guys, because I'm like, firstly, to be honest, I feel like a lot of people were saying Micheal is quite manipulative and is gaslighting her and he knows what he's doing and all that. I kind of agree. But firstly, my issues with Jackie B, you've known this guy for 1 week. Sister, chill. I know that in issues of the act, there's a lot of complications. I know that, but you're in a game. I know that it might not be as easy, as it seems to us on the outside, but you're in a game. You've known this guy for 1 week. Even if you're developing feelings for him, you don't want to cast yourself, like put yourself together. Not coming to sit with him and having relationship issues after a week. Like, come on, it's a game. I would rather
being in a relationship.
I would rather she did what like previous housemates had done, like maybe Nengi. If he's not giving you enough attention, try and get him jealous, or you're a baby girl, like you're hot, like you literally have a good body, so why don't you try and get attention elsewhere or make him jealous, as opposed to nagging over some other women. So yeah, that was another highlight for me.
Just as you mentioned, I remember a tweet by Ebuka where it said, I want sleep, but this Michael gist.
I think
it's
exactly what happened to me.
Like, greet anybody.
Quit playing with me.
I'm telling you,
playing with me.
So you, Anike, your highlights from last week?
Highlights. I mean, I have a lot, but I just want to call out GMK.
Hey,
GMK.
Take it easy.
She came. I was like, Jumoke, Oremi. I mean, I don't know her personally, but she came with this fire. Like, Yoruba women fire. Like, I'm going to go and scatter everywhere. Everything they are not doing, I will do. I was like, yeah. go girl, this week, hey, it's going to be
Anike for
fire.
violence.
Everything is scatter.
Then
But
She's catching it with silence.
Alas.
The only time I noticed JMK was on
The Saturday night party.
the only time I even notice her is when she's walking.
How?
The camera just shows her walking. She just walks from point A to point B. And then, that's like the only time I see JMK.
okay.
She just walks from here to there. And, that's the content that JMK gives us. And then on Saturday nights, the housemates at first were doing as if, no, she had, but
Say it to your mind. Say it to your chest.
It's your full
they eventually came to dance with her. So, yeah, first of all, JMK, well done.
All right.
Then the other highlights would be Nini and Saga.
Okay.
So these people, they should stop stressing me. Nini, you said you have a boyfriend and Saga is your friend or he's your acquaintance or whatever you want to call him. But the way you be sitting down, the way you be cuddling him, and then you say you enjoy each other's company. Which
The house
kind
is
of
cold
company?
now. The house
No.
is very cold.
Well,
They have Biggie has provided blankets for them.
No, blankets does not replace the human factor.
Please,
I'm
what
even cold. I
exactly,
feel like
what exactly is going on with Nini and Saga? Because it's not looking as if Saga's game plan now is just to make sure that whatever it takes, he leaves the show with Nini at least.
I'm telling you.
as a
I am
trophy.
telling you.
And I mean, he's full of content. Like he's very creative. He's a vibe. He's a fitness guy. I mean, he's very good to look at. He's very good to listen to. But you're now making.
Anike.
No, really, I mean, he's good to look at and he's good to listen to now. But he's just there with Nini all the time. And no, it's not because he's. I don't want him with Nini or anything. I mean, but
Are you sure?
I mean, like he should, make. Cause Saturday night party, I was just kind of pissed off because he was just dancing with just Nini and just
Trying
like
to be her man.
I would have legit believed if Nini had just gotten stuck to that wall because Saga was just ramming her into the wall like, guy, go and dance with somebody else now. Like, leave this girl alone. So yeah, I think this week they've really, Nini and Saga really gave us a lot of content too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
They did.
Who also noticed that the hall was kind of bigger.
yes, it
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
It
it
was
was.
spacious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
they
it
were
was
not
white.
Choked, they were not choking like they
Yeah,
did the previous
I don't know if they
day.
used the same room. I noticed that because when Licorice was dancing, it seemed like
we
she had a
saw
lot
her.
of
It's probably
space.
Yes,
expanded the
yes.
place. Yeah.
Yeah, all right, Odion, so your highlights from last week.
Okay, Sammy and Angel. Oh God. Let me tell you what will
I
happen
think we
after.
should start
wait first.
that journey.
Let me tell you what happened after this show. See, because someone will just kill himself. I keep saying it every week. He should just calm down. Because when Big Brother ends, somebody will not buy a Range Rover for Angel. I want house in Lekki. My son will still be doing struggling movie star. They will not be on the same level. But he wants to kill himself inside the house. Like, they had a fight and it was as if I'm beginning to think, okay, this guy has fallen in love with this girl, but because he's always with the guys, he doesn't want to be seen as the, soft guy.
man or
He
soft
wants to be
guy.
seen as the hard guy. But at the same time, Angel too probably is playing a game, or she's actually falling for him because she said something on Sunday when Ebuka asked, your off and on relationship with Sammy. She's like, oh, okay, so I couldn't stay without talking to him for the rest of the week, so we had to settle. I'm like, okay, yeah. Highlights number 1. Highlights number 2, going back to Micheal and Jackie B. Those guys, they made me not sleep, and I loved it anyway. And I missed church. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was when the conversation started. I was like, okay, that guy is a manipulator. Let me see.
Yes,
I know
I agree.
manipulators. I know manipulators when I see them. He started off the conversation with, so tell me the people who told you that we're loving each other. When you're trying to digress, you don't want to face the issue.
She
at hand.
actually said it. She said, "Why do I feel like you're trying to?"
Yes. So when you don't want to face the issue at hand, you're not trying to use the okay. So let me just
Speak English. Emphasize something 3 times.
Yeah, and Jackie being an experienced woman, was like, bro, okay, nobody's talked about it. Okay, it's between me and you now. Oh yeah, guy, why were you robbing Angel's head?
What was Angel rubbing your head?
Or Angel rubbing your head, and he was like, oh yeah, you know, blah blah blah.
I was sick, man. I had a headache.
Thank God it's recorded. Thank God it's recorded.
Exactly.
recorded.
He repeats things. He's like, I can live with that. I can live with that.
And I'm like, okay, calm down. That was major because I feel like the whole of Nigeria watched that thing, and this was like 1 in the morning. People
Yeah,
were up.
12-1.
12-1. So it was major. It was a major. I just want to say, last week was dope. Like I think the housemates actually woke up and said, you know what? Okay, let's actually start the show. It was kind of late for some because that's why some of them went on a Sunday. But let's just say, I think they've all woken up from their slumber. Let me use that word.
All right. So to round this highlights part up, I think my highlights would be, I have two highlights. The first one is Cross's moment, him crossing over after drinking. He had a major Dorime moment. And the second one was Princess's exit. Like, I was just like, okay, sister, who asked you? Like, she wanted to pull a Lucy on all of us. So she now went, and it was so awkward when she forgot her line. I think she forgot the name of the person she was supposed to
I'm
call.
sure she had realized it.
Then she had said, so actually, my actual cross in the house is not Whitemoney. It's actually, she now went like, cross. I was just like, okay. Like, who are you
she had
again?
realized it, so she's like, I'm going to show them when I'm leaving this house. Like, I'm going to.
It was so embarrassing.
So unnecessary. We're like, nobody fought with you in the house like that. Unlike Lucy, last year, people had some issues. But this one, nobody really fought with you. So you didn't have to pull, you don't hug me.
Yeah, like they wanted you to leave. What if you had safety for the reunion? Like, just leave it. Let's know that, oh, okay, not a surprise.
To be honest, nobody really cares about your crush. Like, you were not really, I mean.
So I was So I was actually going to mention something about Angel from where he was talking about Angel and Sammy, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people have been saying that Angel is smart. She's one of the smartest in the house, blah, blah, blah. And I have no beef with Angel. I mean, I have no issues. No, I have no issues with Angel.
Okay.
Right? She's playing her game. You know, she's free-spirited. It's fine. But, yes, people keep saying she's the smartest. And when you ask, like, how is she the smartest? They'll say,
I don't know.
She knows how to play the game. Okay, she's playing the game. How is she playing the game? Like, is it by doing the obvious things?
What are the obvious
things? No, we all know the obvious things that Angel does.
I would like to know the obvious things.
Anike, on behalf of all our fans,
she's doing the obvious things. Like,
obvious things.
But after that, like, what game is she playing?
Okay, let me speak for her. To be fair, I think that one, you know how when you see a babe, like a free-spirited babe, right? Like very chill, dresses like how Angel dresses. What comes to your mind sometimes is that, okay, this babe is probably just about the physical. She's probably not so intellect, which is obviously something that shouldn't happen. But then she gets in the house and she's having good conversations, right? She's expressing herself well, right? Okay. She's standing up for herself. She's doing well with other housemates. I don't think she's really had any issues apart from the one with Queen in the kitchen last week. Okay. So she's not really having issues. She's expressing herself. She's doing well with pretty much everything. And if you listen to some conversations that she's having, she's actually quite smart. There was a conversation she was having with fellow housemates in the kitchen about how people probably thought she would not be able to, do well in the house apart from physically, or she was trying to use her body and stuff. And she actually said, clearly, people have been holding good conversations with her. Then she spoke about, at her presentation, where she did the whole painting. Yeah. She clearly did very well. How she was able to analyze the painting to reflect her mom. Her mom was superb. Yeah. Then also she was talking about how she has talked about different things at different points in time in the house. Yeah. Maybe you didn't latch onto those conversations, but I think when people are saying she's smart, they're not necessarily saying, oh, she's the most intelligent in the house.
When you ask
or
people,
she's
they'll say she knows how to play the game. But all these things that you have mentioned is
she's playing the game well, because she's not. So, for example, what I said about Jackie B. Jackie B became very emotional after meeting a guy for 1 week, and she was being possessive and she was nagging pretty much, right? But for Angel has literally had, Angel has had like her time with Sammy. Yeah. She's doing well with that. Apart from the time that Sammy confronted her about, kissing KV, she's really doing pretty well. She's not really emotional. Like, she's not dotting over him or nagging that, oh, why are you talking to other girls? Same thing with KV. So she's literally talking to a lot of guys, but she's not trying to own them. And as regards consent, when on Friday night during the party, after the party, when she was with Micheal and she was trying to hold Micheal, and Micheal was like, oh, I may have to make a tough decision. And she's like, oh, if you want me to stop, say it and I'll stop. Immediately he said, stop it. She stopped. Goals. That was literally, and people were like, this is what consent means, this is what consent means. Immediately he said, stop, she stopped. So I think these are the things. It might not be something so huge, like she's speaking about geography or something wild. It's just the little things that makes someone is smart.
True. I agree with you.
All right.
I'm not saying she should talk about. Sorry, I'm not saying she should talk about geography or any maybe stock exchange or anything. What I'm saying is like she's doing like these are things that every other housemate is also doing. So I don't see.
JMK is not doing any of that.
Okay, yes. Let's not talk about
Sasuke is not.
Sasuke or JMK or any other thing. But I'm saying like these are just things like I feel like
These
we
are norms. These are things that
we as
human beings should
people
do.
or maybe we as Nigerians like we overhype things like
basic
we,
things.
Yeah, basic like
that's it.
like I should be able at every young person at 21 or even 18 should be able to have like great conversations, should be able to like put their foot down. Like these are just normal
in the house at the
there's
moment.
just these are just very normal things, basic things that people should be able to do normally. So the fact that Nigerians are like, oh wow, she's doing them. I'm like,
because she has been through a lot as well.
Why Nigerians are saying this? The reason Nigerians are saying this is they had a misconception about her.
Yeah.
Yes. Women with that kind of look. I'm not shaming anybody, but the perception a lot of people will have about them, like, oh, okay, she's probably just fine or has a great body.
They don't expect much.
She doesn't have anything up here. Then when the person starts saying something or the person speaks fluently or the person says things that make sense, then they say,
but Irene said a lot of things that made sense.
No,
she has piercings. So what's
don't forget everything is in context. The most important thing again, don't forget everything is in context. So when they're judging one person, they're looking at their background. She's had quite a troubled childhood. So for someone like that who has been through so much to still be able to hold conversations, comport herself in some respects, I guess, I think people are just like, okay, this girl is actually smart. Like, based on all she has been through, she's not doing bad.
Okay. Moving on. Alrighty. Odion, what were your best and worst moments of last week?
My best and worst moment. Okay, I think let me start with my worst moments. I think the worst moment for me last week was Pere's coup in the kitchen.
Okay.
It was unnecessary. So it left the housemates stranded. They were having issues with food and they were all arguing. People might say, yes, part of the game. So when they argue about all that stuff, but if you want to get somebody out of the kitchen because you feel it's a strategy, there are other smarter ways to do it. Not when you just openly, show your disdain for that person. Then you make it look as if, oh, it's a strategy, so let somebody else cook. Then you leave the other housemates stranded, not even knowing what to do. And now then the worst part, start sharing Indomie.
No,
sharing
Indomie.
They start sharing noodles. Like one person take 5, one person take 6. You're like, why are you doing that? That was my worst moment. Then my best moment for the week was the party, the after party, the aftermath, everything that happened. The drunk people, those that they were saying that all the love stuff, you rub my head, you not rub my head, and all that. It was awesome. I always look forward to the after party on Saturday. That's the best part of Saturday. Yeah, so those are my two major highlights for the week.
And then Jackie going to report
Micheal
to
Peace.
Peace. Yes. Meanwhile, it was Peace that she should be careful with. All right. So, Tunrayo, best and worst moments from last week.
I'm really not so. I'm not in the house, so I think the highlights. Let me just say the highlight, not best and worst moments.
Yeah.
Where firstly, when Pere was addressing the housemates like a dictator and nobody said anything. Yeah. I had to tap my friend like, am I okay? Like, why isn't anybody saying anything to this guy? They were just looking at him. I'm like, if I were in the house, I probably would have said something, probably laughed or something, but it just seemed too serious.
I think she actually spoke up. I
think it was the second day.
It wasn't the first day.
It wasn't the first day that he made that mess, man.
Everybody kept quiet.
It was the second day that
what is wrong with this guy? Who you be? Like, why are you shocked? And another moment was
you turn out to military regime.
Another moment was Queen. I think Queen's conflict with Maria.
Oh,
yeah.
That was awesome.
She actually had a conflict with Maria.
That was awesome. Yeah, she had one with Maria and Angel. The one with Maria, I was just like, okay, I get her point. And I'm very happy that someone came for Maria finally, because everybody had been ignoring Maria like, oh, let's not talk to her. She's a fine babe. She can get away with whatever she's doing. But I think Queen basically showed her like, babe, if you try me, I'm going to give it to you. Like, respect yourself. Yeah. But I think she kind of overdid it at some point. But I mean, you can't really control people's emotions when they're angry. I was going to
say that. You can't really control
But I'm really happy that she called out Maria, because everybody had just been looking at Maria like, oh, don't worry, do whatever you like. But the conflict with Angel, I think it was not as necessary because, come on, like, it's over food. You probably didn't need to get that heated or calling someone a bitch and all that. Yeah. So I think those were my moments.
And you, Anike, best and worst moments?
I just think, based off what she said, I think Queen just wants to make herself known. Like, she has been in the house and, she just wants to cement herself. Like, hey, guys, this house, so this is, you guys have to notice me. That is all I've seen, her doing. All the whole, look at what she had with Poma. Queen was clearly...
I be okra.
Queen was clearly drunk. And then Boma went and woke up with drunk babe. I said, why are you telling people we're in a relationship? Why are you telling people we're in a relationship? We're not dating. I'm like, guy, at least allow her to even be sober first before you even start this conversation now. You just had a talk with your guys. Like, our eyes were even closed. Right, eyes were closed. I was like, "Stop shouting on me now! I'm not in a relationship."
I'm just imagining the scenario.
Like,
drunk
and
person.
it was just there, like, and I'm like, "What's even wrong with this Boma guy?" So it's not all that. Like, apart from the body, like, there's really
no wow.
But anyway, let's just. So yeah, Queen. I feel like Queen is just trying to cement her presence in. It's fine, but at the end of the day, right, people will see through it as, you just being
overly combative.
Not even overly combative, but there are ways of giving us content without actually having to make somebody else the center of your own because really at the end of the day, right?
I get what you say. It looks
apart from the cooking that she has done, everybody was licking their plates when they finished eating her food. Yes, now she cooked ogbono and okra for them, and all the guys wanted to die on her neck. But apart from that,
from where?
I don't know. She all her content this week has been, she fighting this person, she fighting that person. Like, why are the two most talked about ladies? It too most talked about ladies have been your target. So like a lot of people can see through that and like auntie, just calm down. But I think apart from Pere's whole dictatorship, I think that I think they actually did well.
Yeah, true.
Last week they all did well, and Whitemoney. I was happy that Whitemoney was able to see that Pere actually sees him
as a threat.
As a threat. So
All right. So you just said they did well. If you were to rate them on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give them?
For last week, I'd give them a 7.
Okay. Wow, that's good. I feel like yes. Okay, General Pere. We see what you did there.
Okay, wait, are you talking about General Pere or the housemates?
The housemates now. I'm saying General Pere just made everything go. Like, it just did a 360 with the whole dictatorship
thing. I won't even attribute it. I won't attribute it to him because really they didn't really confront him like that with the whole. There was no bass boost. There was no
just
bass boost that we were expecting to see. As regards Pere's regime, we didn't see it. There was only maybe just 1 or 2 housemates, that were just standing up to him. I think that was Tega and Nini when she was complaining about the food. But aside that, there wasn't really there was supposed to be some form of friction, but it was just going. So I won't really say I'm attributing anything. But I think generally the housemates. Yeah. Even from Sammy and Angel. I think what even made me laugh was Sammy when he was apologizing to Angel, and I was like, he had never heard of the word slut shaming before until Angel. I was like,
brother.
So Angel to Sammy to Nini and Saga to Tega and what's her name? All of them, they all had there was something to talk about. And then Sasuke, from nowhere, just looking like the World Cup. Somehow looking like the World Cup, Yusuf is on Amata, Cross 2 is also. He wants
Yusuf is in that house. There. Wow.
Yusuf is still in the house, so he's still there. And then J Paul is looking like he has the highest points now. But this week we don't know what Cross might want to do. So it's just.
Alrighty, so Odion?
Okay, I'll give them 7 too for last week because. Like we've all said, they upped the game. They changed everything because they moved from Whitemoney cooking and us saying Whitemoney from Monday to Sunday to us talking about Pere on Monday and Tuesday to us talking about Queen fighting Maria fighting Angel to Sam and Angel having a conflict to Cross falling on everybody's bed and the famous and the now famous conversation between Jackie B and Micheal. Yeah, so it was awesome to watch. It was great to see these guys, just stop the whole Kumbaya thing, man. That Kumbaya thing was just messing the whole thing up. So yeah, the guys just stepped up and it was good. Yeah, so that's why I'm giving them a 7.
All right, and you? Tunrayo?
I would also give them a 7. And what I expect to see basically is more activity. I feel like only 5 or 6 people are carrying this house on their head. Just Angel, Micheal, Whitemoney, Pere, Maria. I don't really think I've seen a lot from Nini apart from being with
I'm not even
Saga.
sure about Micheal.
Even Micheal gave us some action with his.
That Saturday night contest was for 3 days. That contest,
that content was enough for the week.
Yeah.
So I think like someone like Tega, I think I see much more in her. She can do much more. I feel like there's some fire. I feel like there's some fire in her that she's yet to unleash. Like how she was looking at Pere when he was giving that speech. She was like,
she actually even spoke to him. She told him because when Biggie gave them that task of was it Friday, and she was like, can you confirm from Biggie if we're supposed to do it as individually or as a group? And it was like, Biggie has said, this. She said, can you confirm? And he just kept on going back. No, this is the final.
Like there's something in her.
Like this doesn't make any sense. I think that would make more sense. Like she just told him point blank that you are being senseless. So she has, and she's. I like the fact that she's not emotional.
Yeah.
Because yesterday, so many people were crying when their friends got everything. She was like, all of us go still live one day now. So why
I like her.
Not I just stand there and start to cry. So I like that she's just being herself.
And she's very beautiful.
Oh,
she's so. Oh my god, she's so fine. Yeah.
I don't do married women.
But JMK.
I want to see more action from JMK, from Saga. I want to see Saga outside Nini.
JMK that I hyped in this show last week. JMK that I hyped. The whole
exactly, because people were actually saying it that this girl can actually get into the house and just be dead, babe. People were saying it, but hopefully she manifests this week.
JMK,
but I want I want to see Saga outside Nini. Like Saga, please, if you're watching this in your dreams or spiritually, just leave Nini alone and let's see you. Like go to another girl, do something else. Not just be Nini's handbag. Yeah,
like play the game, bro.
Yeah, play the game and leave her alone.
All right, thank you guys. This was a very interesting episode. I'm sure you would agree with me. So guys, we've dropped our ratings here in the studio. If you agree with us, let us know in the comment section. If you do not agree and you have your own ratings, also let us know in the comment section below. It would also be nice to know which of the housemates you're feeling by dropping your comments in the comment section below.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today on PulseHotTakes Big Brother Nigeria edition. I want to say a big thank you to Pere for joining us today. So, guys, if you want to be on this set next week, send us a DM on any of our social media platforms expressing your interest. All right, guys, for myself, Odion, my colleagues, Anike and Racheal, thank you for joining us this week. Do have a lovely day, guys.